an entity that is independent, that's supposed to investigate anybody from judiciary to legislature to executive, which is called Directorate of Criminal Investigation. The Speaker, that must be separated.
I was going to come to that, so that as a leader, I'm trying to help you. Because when I stood here with Senator Orengo and Senator Amos Wako, we told you about election laws, revolution, eat their own babies. You thought it was a joke. This government will eat you up. I'm just going to repeat. The Constitution is very clear that this Senate has got power under Article 254(2) to request for a report from any agency on any particular issue. Majority Leader, you should lead us. When we brought the report here on Ruaraka, people took off. When it is about maize, you're not talking. What is good? But most importantly...
Senator Sakaja, what is your intervention?
Mr. Speaker, I'm getting confused. I think if I heard right, Senator Mutula, because before he gets very poetic, as he normally does, which we enjoy, said that they're ready to lead the country. Is he in order to mislead this House that he is ready to lead the country, yet his own party leader has said two things. Number one, that he is ready to be Mutu ya Mkono of the president, and number two, that he does not want to run for president, he's waiting for position in the big new five if they come. So are they still ready to lead the country? And if they are, in which kind of formation? Can he just be clear?
Well, don't get it twisted. When I say we are ready, even Mutula is ready. I can be president. Look, let's get serious. The point is,
What's your point of order? Let's limit it so that at least it can flow.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, is the senator for Nairobi in order to drag in the name of the party leader of Wiper into this matter? Because when Senator Mutula Kilonzo Jr. said we, he did not say who the we are. So where does the party leader of Wiper come in this matter?
Senator Sakaja.
Mr. Speaker, this is a house of rules. Our standing orders recognize parliamentary parties. Senator Mutula is the whip of a party, and that party has a party leader. So, Mr. Speaker, I am very well in order to talk about that party as currently composed. Unless, Mr. Speaker, Wiper A has a different opinion from Wiper B on the issue of the 2022.
Sakaja, Senator Sakaja, you are out of order. A minute ago, you were sacrificing the Senator Bungoma for saying Jubilee A and B. So you cannot. Senator Mutula, proceed.
Yes, the point I'm making, Mr. Speaker, is that when it comes to corruption, investigation of corruption, what the judiciary is doing, if we want Kenyans to understand it and believe us, we must speak the same when it comes to an issue touching on your person, on your county, and another county. Ruaraka was touching on Nairobi, you left this house. My colleagues, except the Nairobi Senate. So, you left, you voted with your feet, you didn't vote with your machines. So, there is a vote on maize. Stay behind and vote on maize, my dear colleagues. Make a statement about corruption. Because if the corruption is not in Elgeyo Marakwet, it will be in another place. The case of Thwake that you've mentioned, Jubilee government awarded the tender initially, not to the lowest bidder, to the highest bidder. You are aware of that. It is only after somebody was fired that that contract was awarded to the right person. Why did it stall? The people of Makueni said, don't come until you compensate everybody. We said so. And that is why the project has not commenced, because government wanted the project to commence before that. So, Majority Leader, welcome to the opposition. Thank you.
What is your point of order, Senator?
Mr. Speaker, if you see Senator Mutula Kilonzo, he's been wandering around, Mr. Speaker, but his main point was what he concluded with, which is welcome to opposition. Mr. Speaker, I now understand why Senator Mutula Kilonzo Jr. admires my seat, Mr. Speaker. And anybody in the opposition would have loved those in government to go to opposition. But, Mr. Speaker, is he in order to try to insinuate that, Mr. Speaker, when a senator, and this is something, Mr. Speaker, you must really rule from your chair. We serve different political entities in this House, even the majority. But, Mr. Speaker, are you trying to say that the people of Elgeyo Marakwet County will not have a voice in this House, Mr. Speaker, because of my capacity and my position majority leader? Mr. Speaker, I think, and this is for purpose of all my colleagues who are going to respond, I think the people of Elgeyo Marakwet County deserve a lot of respect and representation, because I would never have been majority leader if it's not for them. And when in this one single instant, I have brought an issue on behalf of Elgeyo Marakwet, when I always on the floor of this House defend issues that come from, and Mutula Kilonzo unfortunately did not even say, Mr. Speaker, that when Tuake compensation issues were brought to this House, I was among the people who spoke so much about it, Mr. Speaker, and even that day, talked about Arora and Kimware Dam. So I just need your protection, because I can see there is a pattern. When people come here, they come and attack my position as majority leader. I want you to protect me, Mr. Speaker, and protect the people of Elgeyo Marakwet County.
Leader of majority, you are already protected. That's why I approved the statement, knowing that you are the senator for Elgeyo Marakwet. Senator Cherargei.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. I rise to support the statement by the Senate Majority Leader, and said I want to agree that corruption should be done in good faith. There is a time towards last year should be dealt with. My apologies. Senator. My apologies. You know, Mr. Speaker, there was one cabinet minister who once said, I lead corruption from the front. So I might have borrowed from that. But I'm saying corruption should be dealt with. Should be dealt with appropriately. Last year, Mr. Speaker, can you protect me? I don't know. Mr. Speaker, last year, towards the end of 2018, when the investigative agencies became emotionally excited about fighting corruption, I warned them that they should not ethnically or politically profile the fight against corruption. Many people went bonkers about that issue. I want to say, Leader of Majority, if that statement is brought to Justice, Legal Affairs and Human Rights Committee, I will deal with it with military precision. I want to assure you. And I want to continue to urge, as I say yesterday, as I conclude, Mr. Speaker, sir, that competition of headlines and trending in Twitter every morning will not assist in prosecuting conviction, building up cases of corruption in this country. And as a government, and I want to, Mr. Speaker, as I conclude, I have seen my good friend, Senator Mutula Kilonzo Jr., trying and saying people who voted against Waraka land are being condemned. We have conscience, we can reason. That is why I'm a senator of Nandi. I can vote the way I want. You don't need to condemn me because I took a different position from you. And that is the essence of democracy. So if Wiper A and Wiper B are competing
Senator,
for space...
Order. Let's not get there. Senator Moses Kajwang.
Mr. Speaker, one of the most favorite verses that the majority leader always quotes comes from the book of Luke 24, where Cleopas asks, are you the only one visiting Jerusalem are you the only stranger in Jerusalem who does not know the things that have happened in these days? And when you listen to the statement by the majority leader, a stranger in Jerusalem would sit down and would believe everything that the majority leader has said. He has made a lot of statements of fact. And because I did not want to interfere with his logical flow, Mr. Speaker, it would be extremely important that the facts that he has alluded to be tabled before this House. Because everyone knows that in this country, the fight against corruption is going on, and the particular project that the majority leader has talked about. I personally have no problem with the people of Elgeyo Marakwet getting water. But I have a problem if indeed it is true that 6 billion is lying under someone's pillow, and yet this country we have to repay loans that were taken for that particular project. Mr. Speaker, could the majority leader also tell us? Because in his submission, he gave the proverb of a hyena that wants to eat its cubs. Could he tell us who the hyena is that wants to eat the children of Elgeyo Marakwet? But more fundamentally, Mr. Speaker, I wish that we as a Senate, we do not trivialize this very important matter. Because the nation is watching us. The investigative agencies have issued summonses for people to come and shed light, and it cannot be that we use parliamentary privilege to attempt to sanitize a matter that seems to have a criminal angle to it. Mr. Speaker, I want to plead with you that pursuant to Standing Order 47.3, that this matter be referred to a competent committee. I don't know whether the one by Senator Cherargei is competent enough, considering the statements that he has already made on the matter.
Out of order, Senator Kajwang. I think all committees are competent. Let's don't cast aspersions on any committee.
Mr. Speaker, I'm just worried about the position he has already taken on the floor on the matter, and he has promised to deal with it in a manner that is consistent with his contribution on the floor of the House. But
what is your point of order, Senator Cheriot?
Mr. Speaker, you know, Senator Kajwang is no ordinary senator. He's a chairperson of CPIC.